what is the purpose of school? Is the purpose of school to be happy? No. Does that mean you can't be happy at school? No. But it's not the purpose. The purpose of life, my friends, is not to be happy. And anyone that sold you that pill, right, I get your money back. The reason we think the purpose of life is to be happy is because we feel better when we're happiness. And right now, we link that to the achievement of catching rabbits. So therefore, we're on this big desire track where we continually run. But the purpose of life is not to be happy. You weren't born here to be happy. We're one of the first generations in human history that even has food certainty. My parents had rations in the war. Happiness is not about the end destination. That's not a place we're trying to get, but the very definition of trying to be happy means that you're not there now. It doesn't mean to say you can't be happy, and happiness is a byproduct of you being able to give your gift and think happy thoughts as a result. You can't do that when you're stressed out of your mind because that rabbit is 3 inches in front of your nose and you still can't catch the damn thing. The purpose of school, my friends, is nothing more than to provide an environment that allows you the opportunity to make choices that can lead you to learning. Correct? That's it. Just provide an environment where you can learn by expressing your free will. Now, you can choose to skip class. You can choose not to study. You can choose to go out party and get drunk every night. Will those choices have consequences when it comes to graduation? Or you can choose to study, you can choose to apply yourself, you can choose to focus on and do what you need to do to be a good student. Will those choices have a likely different outcome at graduation? Is the school responsible for your choices? No. The school is responsible for providing an environment where you can make those choices. Are you hearing me? Life, my friends, is the same. We are currently in Earth School. And we are here not to be happy, which doesn't mean to say you can't be happy, but we're here to learn how to grow up. And I don't mean physically, because we don't get to choose that. That's part of the program. We get to learn how to grow up spiritually, emotionally. There's many emotional teenagers running around in adult bodies. Have you noticed that? Ultimately, growing up means what? It means that we evolve. Now, if you look at 400 million years of fossil records, what does it demonstrate? Something called evolution. The problem was somebody called Darwin came along and said, oh, evolution. He had a materialist mindset. So he focused on evolution being survival of the fittest, random genetic mutation. And as a result, the mindset that we grew up with was a materialist mindset that separates us from the world, and that world is hostile because it can eat me. Therefore, I have to be fit to survive. And it imposed a fear-based model of the world onto most people. Which is why Einstein turned around and said the most important question a man can answer in his lifetime is whether or not he lives in a friendly universe. If you come from a material mindset where everything's separate, then you have to defend and attack. And it's a fear-based reality. As opposed to understanding that if our job is to evolve complexity, what is the nature of complexity? Cooperation. Is it not? If your cells, all 50 trillion of them in your body right now, weren't cooperating, you'd probably know about it. And that's evolved from a single cell. Cooperation. So we're here to learn how to grow up, how to become essentially more loving. And if you look at every spiritual teacher on the planet, the message is the same. We're to learn basically how to grow up and to become higher expressions of love instead of lower expressions of fear. That's ultimately what life is about. And we're in Earth School to learn how to do it. Now, hear me again. Is the purpose of life to be happy? No, it's to grow up. Does it mean say that we can't be happy while we're growing up? No. You can be happy in school. And if we make choices that come from fear instead of love, then the chances are we will get some feedback throughout certain events in our life that result in us being told that that doesn't feel good. And then shows up stress, doubt, confusion, fear. It's all warning signs. We're coming from a state of separation whereby we have forgotten why we're here. We think we need to prove something to the world by chasing rabbits and catching stuff so I can show everybody else who really doesn't care because they're too busy chasing their own rabbits. Rather than express myself here to be higher levels of consciousness, ultimately leading to higher levels of expression of love. That's Earth School. And some of us have to graduate a few times in the same year. Because if you get to the end of school, or you get to the end of the year, what happens? You have an exam. If you pass the exam, you go to the next year. Are the questions harder? Yeah, they're meant to be. It's like, I just want to arrive somewhere where I can have an easy life. That's not why we're here. If you fail the exam, what happens? You have to resit it. Now, the questions are going to be different, but the lesson is the same. You with me? And that may be somebody's second failed marriage before they pass and understand that it's more about unconditional love than focusing on ourselves. It may be somebody's third mild heart attack before they realize that they've got to change their lifestyle. Maybe somebody's fourth failed business before they realize that it's about being able to understand what my customer wants rather than chase my own goals and get rich. Whatever lesson that we're learning is the circumstances that are presented to us in our life. Have we figured that out yet? And most of the time we blame everybody else because it's easy, because it doesn't take courage. It's like, can't believe it again. I attracted that business partner did it to me again. You ever heard the term that if everybody you meet is an asshole, maybe it isn't them? And if we pass the exam, say we go to the next level. Some of us are going to go to college after here. Some of us, going to go to jail. Oh. It depends on the choices you make. Right? So it depends really on your relationship to your lessons right now. Are you resisting what's in your life? Are you complaining about what's in your life? Are you seeing it as an opportunity to grow? You're seeing it as the lesson that you need. Now, not everybody likes exams. But let's switch it around. My lady, Thea, back of the room. My rock. She's going through her second year in her degree at college right now, studying shoe design, footwear, fashion. All those things that make women smile. And, like anybody, she should be struggling, having a hard time, and then learning, and then passing, and then moving to the next level. And the second year should be harder than the first, and the third year should be harder than the second. That's the way it's meant to be. And it's going to be frustrating, and then there's going to be joy, and it's that journey of growth. However, if the teachers called her in next week and says, hey, listen, we've had a look and we see that, sometimes it's stressful and there's deadlines and all this kind of stuff. We've decided that forget all of that. We're going to take it away. You don't have to show up on time. You don't have to put in the essays. It's all good. However, there's no degree at the end of it. We're going to get rid of that part. What would you do? If you're there to get a degree, you say, well, hang on a minute. No. I'm here to go through that because I want the degree, right? So what are you here for? See, life is meant to be challenging. You don't want an easy life, just as much as you don't want unearned income. It proves a curse every single time. It's not the reason we're here. The reason we're here in Earth School is to learn how to grow up so we can become more cooperative, more loving, and evolve to higher levels of complexity. And we do that by raising our consciousness, not our skill set. And during the first part of our life, most of us have to figure out that it's not just about us. That's okay, because we're born egocentric. That's part of the game. A baby doesn't care how much sleep you've had if it's 2 a.m. and it's hungry. Parents, you know that, right? Anyone got the perfect baby? No. It's designed because if it doesn't scream and it's got colic, it could die. So it doesn't care if you had like 2 hours sleep last night. So babies are born egocentric. But there's a certain part of evolution, not just physically as we grow up, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where we realize that the world is no longer works when we focus on it being just about us. What's this game about? What's life about? What do we now know what this reality is and why we're here and what purpose it serves? Why am I here and who am I?